focused reading vlog. We're gonna read 2 books in this vlog. We're gonna read Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, which it came out last week. Today is the 15th of February, and I actually ended up ordering it on Vinted. I don't know if they read the book really fast and just wanted to get rid of it, or if they never read it, but I'll tell you later. So that's why I'm dressed. I'm gonna go to an in-post locker and pick up my package because it says it arrived today. It's raining, so that kind of sucks because I'm still sick, and my mom did this cupping thing on my back, so apparently you're supposed to keep warm when you do the cupping. But yeah, Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I'm very excited. I actually saw a lot of discourse online about the kinky side of Deep End and people not liking it. Apparently some of the scenes are too graphic, but I'm like, this is Ali Hazelwood. I'm sure I've read worse or more kinky, more graphic books, so I will let you know how I feel about Ali Hazelwood. Usually I never have a problem with her sex scenes and stuff like that. And then the second book is Slapshot by Chelsea Curto. This is the 3rd book in the DC Stars series, and we follow Hudson and Madeline, I think. It's a single mom romance. I'm very excited. So let's go pick up Deep End and then probably start reading it, and hopefully, yeah, this vlog won't be too long, but I'm really excited, so let's go. This is the weather that we're dealing with. I'm not a fan. I thought I was, but not a fan. Guys, I have come back. I don't know if you can tell, but my fingers are so red. I tried to vlog outside, but it's raining, so very hard. And my package is here, so let's open it. Let's see what the book looks like. Actually, first things first, let's see what it said on the thingamabob. New without tags. So this book should be pretty much new. I've actually been spending a lot of time on Vinted looking at books I might want to read, but I'm only really looking at books that are cheaper or same amount as if I got the ebook, because I'm still more of an ebook person. She does look new. Oh my god, this is a book I've been waiting for so long. Ali Hazelwood just snuck up on me, okay, because Love Hypothesis was a very enjoyable read. I read Love on the Brain. That was a mediocre read. It was just okay. Let me pull up my Goodreads. Love Hypothesis I gave 4 stars. I listened to it as an audiobook. Love on the Brain, 3 stars. The girl just talked about Marie Curie way too much, I remember. I read Love Theoretically. I don't remember that one that much, but I gave it 4 stars. Bride was my first 5-star read. I was obsessed. Also, I did read Check and Mate, which I gave 4 stars. That's her YA book. I haven't read any of the other books. I know there's one, Not in Love, that's very smutty, but I'm gonna start off with this, and then if this is really good, I will pick up probably Not in Love. But I don't know, I'm not really into that premise, very smutty books. I get really bored. But yeah, I'm very excited. Also, can I just say, Bride getting a sequel, or a companion book, I live for that, because I've been wanting another book in the Bride universe for so long. It is time to read Deep End. I have my little sticky tabs. These are ones I'm reusing. I probably used in other books, but I took them out. I have some Tashim Leczko, which is a Polish cult favorite. It's basically, it says, delicate, soft vanilla flavor marshmallow and dark chocolate. It's basically marshmallow and chocolate. I have tissues. Look how cute they are. Got them in Rossmann when I was in Poland last October. I also have chamomile tea. I'm not going to highlight so far because I don't know, maybe I won't like this and I will want to sell it. And I try not to highlight unless it's a reread. But yeah, let's start. Okay guys, it is a little bit later. All I've been pretty much doing since I said I was going to sit down and read is read Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I'm this far in, so I'm on page 95, chapter 16. So far, so good. I feel the little sparkle, chemistry, sizzle between Lucas and Scarlett. I'm just really excited. We already know that Lucas knows that Scarlett is into like sub-dom relationships or like in the bedroom stuff, and yeah, he even sent her an email. If you want to try it out. Wait, how did he phrase it? If you decide to go for it, I think it should be me. And I'm like, oh my god. And like anytime they're in the same room and their like eyes meet, oh, I feel it. It's so good. Ali Hazelwood knows how to build proper chemistry between characters, and we already have like a little bit of a feeling that Lucas has been keeping an eye on Scarlett for a long time now. Not like in a creepy way, just in a like I'm aware of her way. I'm excited to continue reading. I'm gonna try and get maybe another 100 pages in. It would be nice to get to 200. Yeah, that'll be close to the halfway point. I think that book is like 440 pages. Okay guys, it is the next day. I think last night I ended up reading, I remember. It was on chapter 30, I think, like close to the 200 page mark. I ended up reading a little bit today. I got distracted because I woke up at like 9:30 and then I saw a message from my friend saying, Natalia, can you talk? So I was on the phone for like an hour and 30 minutes, but it was so nice. I love talking to my friends. Just sucks that they all live in South Korea. I miss them so much. Anyway, let's talk about books here. This is a reading vlog. Come on, Natalia. I'm like halfway through the book on chapter 35, page 220, and I don't know. I'm still really enjoying this book. There was a little bit of a misstep with Lucas. Like, he got scared because he was losing control. But I like that after some time passed, he reflected and he was like, you know what, Scarlett, I'm so sorry. Like, you don't deserve this. Please don't let other people treat you like this. Okay, I'm gonna read this. Hopefully it's not a spoiler. Scarlett, he waits until I'm looking him in the eye. I'm sorry, I couldn't immediately process what happened. I felt out of control and panicked. I acted like an asshole. I put my own fear before your feelings, and that's the most fucked up thing I've ever done, without a doubt. And then like later he says, I owe you respect, I owe you care, and I owe you the truth. You on the other hand do not owe me forgiveness, and if you ever enter this kind of relationship with someone else ... these are the things you should demand. What? Like, I like a guy that reflects and that realizes stuff. Also, we met his brother Yan. I love that guy so much. Yeah, and I don't know, so far I see no qualms with this book. I really want to get through more. It would be nice if I could finish it, but it's 1:41. I probably won't because I have some other things I want to do. So yeah, hopefully the next update that I give you, I'll be even further into the book. But here's an update on the tabs. So many tabs. Like, I'm tabbing anything at this point. Like, that makes me laugh. I just like what the characters say or do. I also had to take out another of this because I already finished the pink and the green. So more tabs, yay. But I'm gonna sit. I made myself a third cup of coffee. I know I'm drinking way too much coffee, which is probably affecting my sleep, but it's the only thing that's making me happy, apart from reading and like doing things that make me happy. But yeah, let's read, and hopefully I finish the book soon and then we can get on to Snapshot. Let's read and then I will update you, hopefully, when I finish this book. Tuesday the 18th, so I've been reading this book since Saturday. It took me 4 days to finish, and I can finally say I finally finished it. Oh, where do I start with this book? So I was enjoying this book a lot for this much. So until page 378. Until chapter 58, and then it started to go downhill for me because let's start off with this. I was really enjoying like the relationship between Lucas and Scarlett in the first like 380 pages. I liked how things were going in the story as well. Like, everything was making sense. But then chapter 58 happened. There was basically an intimate scene between Lucas and Scarlett that I don't think should have happened, especially because he was mad at her. At least that's what I was getting. And ever since I read that chapter, the rest of the book I sat there like kind of like moping in a way. Like especially when I was reading chapter 58, I was like moping. I was like, why did this happen? This shouldn't have happened. Why? You said you weren't gonna give in to her, but then you still did it? I'm like, come on, Lucas, I like you. And then, this might be a spoiler, but everything that happened with Pen, I actually tabbed when the two girls warned Scarlett about Pen. I was like, oh, this might not go well. And at first I was like, oh, okay, Pen told us her side of the story. Kind of felt bad for her, kind of understood her, but at the same time I'm like, we're not getting the other side. Like, the girls just warned her, but they didn't actually say what she did. And then everything that Pen did to Scarlett and Lucas, I'm like, how can you consider Lucas your best friend? You've been with him for like 7 years. You've never met his family. You don't care about his sport. You don't care about where he's from. I know that's supposed to show that they weren't meant to be, but like, come on, if he's your best friend, wouldn't you want to know something about him? And then, yeah, she was being a bitch in front of like the diving team, and I was like, this is disgusting. Like, I hate Pen, and I don't think how the conflict with her and Scarlett was resolved was right. I know Scarlett is kind of a pushover. Girl, stand up for yourself. I know you feel like you didn't have friends before Pen, but just because she's like your first proper friend, don't let her walk all over you. Like, she should have disappeared for a couple of months, or like they shouldn't have been friends for a couple of months or a couple of years for her to figure out her stuff, because I'm sorry, but it feels like she did it before, she'll do it again. And I mean, like, she did it before Scarlett as well. And then just like, why is this, like, I know they're in college, but come on, you're supposed to be a smart girl. Why would you just run away from Lucas? I actually felt really bad for him. I didn't like that he still did the intimate scene when he was mad, and he shouldn't have, but I still felt really bad for him. Like, he wanted to tell Scarlett he loved her, and he couldn't because she couldn't take it. I'm sorry, what? And then she ran away. I would have been pissed, but Lucas has more patience than I do. And oh, what else happened that really annoyed me? Before she left, he was like, you knew you had all the power in the relationship. And she was like, yeah, I knew. And you're treating him like this? Like, I felt so bad for the guy. So now I don't know what to rate this book, because since I like most of it, like, come on, just because I didn't like this much, I'm gonna rate it like a low rating. But originally this stuff hadn't happened, I think I would have given it 4 stars, because I didn't like the intimate scenes. There, I said it, I don't like sub-dom relationships. They make me kind of uncomfortable. I know they're into it, but it's just not my cup of tea. And then just all of this with Pen, like, no. She should have just been cut off. Like, I'm sorry. I believe in second chances, but not this soon. And I don't think she was completely truthful. Especially when Lucas said, like, she's just mad, she's being possessive, she lost her 2 favorite toys, so she's not your friend, and she's not Lucas's friend. Like, I think at the current moment, I think I'm gonna give this 3 stars, which pains me because I enjoyed so much of the book. And I think I'm gonna sell it actually, because I don't see myself rereading this. Yeah, I have to demote at least 1 star because of the intimate scenes, the sex scenes, and Pen. So that's 1 star and another star. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a 3-star read. I'm really disappointed. But at least I kind of enjoyed the kinky scenes in, what are they called? What was that book called? Lights Out. So I was gonna say, maybe I should avoid kinky books, but this wasn't that kinky, it was just a sub-dom relationship. So I think I just need to avoid sub-dom relationships. I don't mind all the other stuff that happened in Lights Out. Oh, I'm so sad because, like, I've waited for this book for so long. I enjoyed the diving stuff. I kept, like, searching online about what they were talking about, and I did like Lucas. He's not my man, but I liked him as a guy. When I say not my man, I mean, like, he's not my dream guy, but I still liked him, so yeah. I think a 3 out of 5 stars. I'm gonna not start the next book tonight because it's 9:15. Okay, it's later than I thought. But yeah, I'm so sad. Oh my god, I'm so sad. Because look at all these tabs if I sell this book. Well, I am gonna sell this book. When I do sell this book, I have to get rid of all of these. I'm so sad. But I can't rate it more than 3 stars. Okay, stop talking about this because this update is long enough. Let's go to sleep. Okay guys, it's been a couple of days I think since I updated this vlog. I am currently in the middle of Slapshot, the 3rd book in the DC Star series by Chelsea Curto. I'm actually on page 381. Chapter 42, so I'm like 69% into the book. Originally I was gonna update you guys 50% in, but that was last night and I didn't feel like talking at like 10-11 at night, and I'm really enjoying this book. It's a proper slow burn. I think they didn't like kiss until like 50% into the book. I love Madeline so much. She is the female main character, and then we have Hudson Hayes from the DC Stars team. He's the sweetest. I will tell you more about the book when I finish it, but like this is what I want from a slow burn. I feel like I haven't read a slow burn like this in so long. Like it just gives me butterflies. Like Hudson is a sweetheart. Madeline has her kind of like qualms about being in a relationship with Hudson because he's a relationship guy, whereas she's kind of anti-romance because she has a daughter and she's not with her husband because he left because he found out, well, as soon as he found out that their daughter was born deaf, like he just divorced her and he hasn't been in their life since, and that was like 6 years ago. So Hudson is her first kind of relationship after the divorce. I love it. Like she finally gave in to him at like the 60% mark because he was just so sweet. So I'm loving it. I'm gonna finish it and then I'll tell you more about what this book is about and if I love it. So far at 69%, it's 5 stars. So I'm so happy I'm reading it. So guys, I ended up finishing Slapshot this morning and I decided to give the book 5 out of 5 stars. I think it's a new favorite of mine because it felt like it was a true slow burn romance. So I don't think I ever mentioned what this book is about. So this is the 3rd book in the DC Star series and we finally follow Hudson Hayes, who I think he's a defense hockey player. Like he's on the defense. No, but he scores shots as well. I don't know. I don't remember. All I know, there's a goalkeeper and then other hockey players skating around. I don't really pay attention to that stuff when I'm reading hockey romances, but yeah, this is a hockey romance. Hudson is always, or has always been, the sweet guy. Like Emmy became besties with him because he's best friends with Maverick, who is the captain of the team. He's also really close with Piper from the 2nd book. So Emmy's from the 1st book, Piper's from the 2nd book. In this one, he gets close to Madeline. So Madeline is a Michelin star chef, at least she was, but she ends up being let go because her restaurant, well, not her restaurant, but the restaurant that she works at ends up being sold, and at first she's in Vegas. She's realized nothing is really keeping her in Vegas because she originally moved there because of her ex-husband, but since she hasn't been with him for 6 years, nothing's been keeping her there except her family, parents that moved there for her. But yeah, she has a 6-year-old daughter called Lucy. Her daughter is deaf and that is the reason why her ex Clark, or he has another nickname, Fark, so funny. But yeah, the reason why Clark, her ex, left her is because Lucy was born deaf, which made kind of Madeline a cynic when it comes to love. And in the previous book, I think she met Piper at one of the hockey games because even though she's not a hockey fan, Lucy, her daughter, is. So she ends up because she exhausted all her options of searching for a new job in Vegas. She ends up calling Piper, and Piper knows that Hudson is looking for a private chef. So she ends up taking the job. She ends up moving in with Hudson because it's really hard for her to find a place of her own. Why I loved this book so much is because they became friends first. Of course, they were boss and employee at first, but they really took the time to get to know each other before they jumped into a relationship. Hudson is such a sweetheart. He was a sweetheart in the first book when he stood up for Emmy. He was a sweetheart in the second book because he just took care of Piper, and he was always supportive of her and Liam's relationship. Like, he was the only sober one for their Vegas wedding. So yeah, and then in this one, we get to see him dealing with the grief of his mother. I think she passed away like 4 years ago, but he still like misses her a lot, because one thing about Hudson is if he really cares about you and if you're in his life, he will do anything to stand up for you and to be there for you. And I think that's what Madeline really needed from a partner. It took her a while to confess that she has feelings for him, but he was so patient with her and so thoughtful. One thing that Madeline kind of realized, a lot of people, including her ex, kind of treated her daughter as like an inconvenience, but Hudson never did. He actually felt really bad that he couldn't communicate with Lucy, so he ends up like doing a surprise for Madeline. And oh my god, when Madeline found out and when Lucy found out, I started crying. I was bawling my eyes out, because how pure is that? Like, Hudson took the time to learn sign language for Lucy because he wanted to communicate with her without Madeline being there. Oh my god, it melted my heart, because Hudson just kept showing Madeline how much he cares for her. And what else could I want from a slow burn romance? I will say, at the 85% mark, I kind of felt like some of the chapters could have been condensed. I think it was like the last 50 pages of the book. I feel like it could have been condensed a little bit shorter, which is saying a lot because the book is like 500 plus pages. The first like 500 pages, it didn't feel slow at all. It was like very well paced for the story. I'm so like excited to read more in this series. There's gonna be 7 books. I believe the next book is gonna be Riley's. I'm so excited because Riley keeps growing on me every time that I'm like reading a book in this series. Then I believe after Riley's book, it's gonna be Coach Saunders, which I don't really have any feelings towards, but I think I know who his romance is gonna be with, like who his romantic partner is gonna be, because we saw him scowling at her in this book. And then after that, it's either Ethan's or Grant's. I know those are the last 2 books, and I'm super excited about those 2 because they're the youngest in DC Stars and they're so funny. So I'm like so happy that I read this book quite close to the release date, because man, if I had waited, I would have been like mad at myself that I waited. I'm gonna finish the vlog here. We read 2 books, 2 new released romances that came out this month. I'm very, very happy. Let me know, guys, if you've read Deep End by Ali Hazelwood or Slapshot by Chelsea Curto and what you thought of the books, as I would love to know. Also, were there any books that you were looking forward to in February, and what did you think of them if you read them? As I would love to know. But I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, I really appreciate you watching my video, especially if you stayed until the end, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.